come in every night for revivals. We'll sing 30 or 40 minutes and preach 30 or 40 minutes and let God do what God wants to do and kind of get ourselves out of the way. So it really worked out quite well. But as an old pastor friend that said, you need to be preaching. And that's how it came about.
Well, as I understand the story, having heard it a few times from you before, he pretty much threw you in the deep end of the pool, didn't he?
He did. Matter of fact, that night he said to me, "You're going to preach tonight." And I said, "Do what?" He said, "God just kind of impressed on me that you need to preach." And I said, "I don't know how to do this." He said, "Well, you better be figuring it out. You get about 30 minutes before we start." And that's kind of how it all came about, and God has blessed us ever since.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing. Some of those dear old saints, they could recognize things that us young whippersnappers couldn't.
I think he had the hotline to the throne room. Is what I think.
Yeah. I'm looking over your resume here and just all the different things you've done. I see you performed on stage at the Grand Ole Opry, National Quartet Convention. You were at the World's Fair with Ronald Reagan.
President Reagan. That was an honor and a thrill to have him standing beside me as we opened up the Open World's Fair.
Yeah. TBN, LT, Crook and Chase, the Ralph Emery Show, Gospel Country TV. That was with Jimmy Snow.
Yeah, sure was.
And then the Music City Showcase. Out of all of these things, what's your favorite?
Oh wow, that's just so hard to say. Of course, the Grand Ole Opry, to be able to have done that and all that was just a major honor. And of course, the Quartet Convention every year. I guess the Grand Ole Opry would be the best thing that stands out for most people. Meeting Ralph Emery and being a part of that was truly a thrill, and he's a great guy. Yeah. But just to be a part of that Grand Ole Opry atmosphere really was special.
It's a unique place.
It is without a doubt. And I got to meet most of the stars. We've been very fortunate to have been. I played golf with Larry Gatton, and Larry's just a wonderful golfer, along as a great singer. So the Gatlin brothers, we were able to spend some time with them, and most of the country stars, and I even got to sing backup on a couple of projects, one with Faith Hill and one with Crystal Gale. Yeah. So just names that we were there, but you know what? With all the names that I could throw out, I've been blessed to sing at the White House when Jimmy Carter, never will forget
that guy. Yeah.
Anyway, I was blessed to have been there, and President Carter would not know who I was, but I knew him. And I'm glad to sit here today and say that the greatest name that I've ever been associated with is Jesus. And the good news is not only do I know him, but thank God today he knows me. Yeah. And that's the greatest thrill that there could be.
Yeah. Everybody in gospel music practically, or most people that listen a lot, will recognize the next couple of names I want to ask you about. And they were personal relationships that you had with two of the greatest artists that ever walked across a gospel music stage. And of course, one was your friend Kenny Henson, of course, with the Hensons, and the singer of the Lighthouse. That is one of the greatest songs, I think the greatest gospel song.
One of the great classics of gospel music. And I was there during the heyday of him bringing that song to the front. So that's a special tune, and he was a special friend.
Yeah, and and most people, I'm thrilled to just kind of be attached vicariously because of that. But also the great pianist Anthony Berger.
Anthony was with the Kingsmen with me for 10 years. He's one of the greatest musicians that you'll ever meet. Yeah. He went on to be with the Lord way too soon, but he was a great friend. He would sit up with me at night on driving the bus, and we'd listen to music together and so on and so forth. So it was really a fun time with Anthony as well, but miss him a lot.
Well, anybody that watches that one fella, and I'm not going to mention his name, but has all those big gospel music TV shows, know those two groups and those two names so well. And you've taken a little different path, because instead of filling up and going to places where there's thousands and thousands of people, you minister particularly, probably more than anybody, to the smaller churches.
I think there's a void within our business and industry. Everybody wants to go to the big churches. Why? Because there's more people there, that's going to be more offerings and more money and so on and so forth. And so that's part of it. But God placed in me a burning desire to continue to go to the smaller churches where it's special to go into that church. You go to some of the churches where others have been and it's just another artist who's come to town. But when we go in, we hope that it's special, the fact that we've been blessed with all these awards and so on and so forth that have been given, but that we're able to continue to go to that small church. And as you well know, we go anywhere.
Yeah.
We'll sing anywhere at any time. Give me opportunity. I have vehicle, we'll travel. And we'll go there and enjoy the blessings and let God get glory.
Well, I know you've been coming to First Baptist Church in Berrien Springs, Michigan, where I pastor, for the last 6 years. Yeah. And, you know, we're not a huge church, but I tell you what, and I'm not trying to blow, you know, smoke up your skirt or anything, but we couldn't ask for better as far as gospel music or preaching, either one. And we're tickled to death to have you.
Well, very kind. You're very kind. I've never been to seminary, as I often say, and I've never. I don't know what a homiletics class is. Somebody that sounded like a pretty big word, and I ought to learn it, and so I learned how to say it. But I still don't know what it is. All I know how to do is just pray and seek the face of God and let God direct our path as to what we sing and preach. And that's all that we ever do. And when it's Him, we can get ourselves out of the way. We can have a great time with the Lord.
Well, it says heaven and earth will pass away, but that right there will never change.
That's
and
right.
never go.
Never has, never will.
There you go.
Never will.
There you go. You know, I wanted to bring out these. These are some new projects that you've got going here. And this one, Ed Crawford, talking about him. Get a close up on that. But
Watch you break your camera if you get too close.
But this is one of your new projects.
It is. One of the better ones, the ones that we really like. We had a lot of great input, a lot of great music, different kind of styles throughout the project, and it turned out to be a great project.
Now, there's one on here that is a sort of a remake of a really popular song. You want to talk about that for a minute?
That'd be great, yeah. Some may remember Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra, and I think Sammy Davis Jr. did it as well, recorded this song called For Once in My Life. Yeah. And it was a great pop song, and people loved it. It was tremendous. But and I loved it. I love that kind of music. So we kept the music, and we kind of changed the words a little bit in order to accommodate gospel music. And we kind of put a little different spin on it, and it really turned out quite nice. And folks will enjoy that in half all over the country.
Yeah, and that's a segue into your DVD project here. Unveiling the Story for Once in My Life is on there.
It is.
And quite unique video of it as well.
Well, all of the videos on that DVD are very unique. They're all done here in the southwest part of Michigan. I can't remember the name of that state park that we recorded that at.
Warren Dunes.
Warren Dunes, yeah. That's it. And we recorded there, and it turned out just to be a great project, and I think one that people are going to be eager to see. So it turned out really well.
Okay, and then this new one here, this is one that's even new to me. Beyond the Trials. Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah, I said it right. Okay.
It's our latest project. We just finished it, as a matter of fact, about 6 weeks ago. It turned out to be a great project. It's got some songs that will actually really make you think, instead of just some that are fun to sing. It's got some music, and it's very unique and very different. And we're very excited about those who have heard it, have said it's probably the best work we've done. I'll let everybody else be the judge of that, but we're honored to have really got some great songs out of it.
Well, and these, as well as your other projects, are they available on your website?
They are available on the website, www.edcrawfordministries.net. And if they will go there, they can order any of these, or they can go to our Facebook ministry page, Ed Crawford Ministries on Facebook. You can order it there as well. And we would encourage folks to keep in touch with us on Facebook and find out what's happening with our ministry.
Yep.
And we're excited about where God's taking us.
Well, we encourage everybody to go to your website, and you said www, there's 3 W's in there.
Yeah, 3 www. Yeah, that's right.
.edcrawfordministries.net. And I'm sure our production staff will put that on the bottom of the screen there. I got a thumbs up from the staff, so we're good there.
We're good to go.
So that'll be on the screen, and they can go there and look for your schedule.
Yes.
Find out where you're going to be from
Yep.
time to time.
They can figure that out. It's a work in progress. Our new website is just now getting up good, so by the time folks see this and get to it, they should be ready to go.